Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Brahmanandam Param Sukhadam Kevalam Jnana Murtim Dvandvatītam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om. Adorations to Sadguru, who is Brahman, the giver of supreme bliss, embodiment of pure consciousness, one without a second, vast as the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond the three gunas and their modifications, the supreme preceptor. Yoga Vasishtha Nirvana Prakarana Purvardha, section 99. Kumbha Muni, who is Chudala in disguise, in spiritual disguise, continues to enlighten Shikhidvaya. And try to understand, each of you is Brahman in disguise. Not ordinary guys. With a little bit, we continue. Kumbha Muni continues to give spiritual wisdom and presently she is giving approvement to what King Shikhidvaja has already discovered. The loss of ego consciousness is liberation, but the intensification of ego consciousness is bondage. Ego consciousness, same as ego awareness. Ego awareness, with ego awareness, you become aware of three illusions, triad, and whenever tired, triad, seer, seen, and sight. In deep sleep, you stay without your ego, and you have absolutely no discomfort. You are at your best. When the moment you wake up, you are trapped by past, present, future. That's time, space, where you are in your bed. Causation, you are trapped by time, space, causation. And your awareness splits up in three ways: seer, seen, and sight. Seer means your subject. Think of your dream. You are the dreamer. The dream subject is not real. The dream world is not real. Your dream experience is not real. But it doesn't matter. And then the whole dream vast experience of the dream world and its past, present, and future. And the dream within dream, there is lots of extension to that illusion. All that is not real. And when you are in deep sleep, nothing was there. Nothing existed. So try to delve deep into this mystery of your life. Who am I? The ego I am is not your real I am. Until you come to your real I am, you are never absolutely fulfilled. Therefore, O King, assert and affirm, I am the Absolute. I am not this ego self. I am not ahamkara, wandering in an egoistic car. I am Satchidananda. With the rising of wisdom, the erroneous mental process sustaining the idea I am the ego self is destroyed automatically. So that's the indication of your progressing on the path of jnana, wisdom. How humility sweeps over your personality and egoism gradually begins to fade away. Brahman, which appears as the world process due to ignorance, is seen in its true nature through enlightenment. And that state is called enlightenment. You see, Brahman means you realize, I am that. I am pure awareness. Remember all the four great utterances. I am Atma Brahman. Firstly starts Prajnanam Brahma, pure awareness. Tattvamasi, that thou art. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. And the expression of realization, this very self, I am Atma Brahman, where four great utterances become completely fulfilled. That's the state of liberation. When the illusion of name and form is dispelled, what remains is Brahman. Brahman literally implies that which is so vast that all names and forms are enfolded within it. You always hear the word Brahman, Brahman. But what does Brahman literally mean? Brihat, from the term Brihat, which means vast. Vast means what? Infinity. That which enfolds all names and forms. That's called Brahman. Purnamada, Purnamidam. That's what the peace chant presents to you. That Brahman is Purnam, full. This world proceeded from Brahman remains always full because the world is not different. And when this world process that you experience through your conditioned mind vanishes, what remains is full. So it's a mathematical riddle. Full plus full is full. Full from minus full is full. Full divided by full is full. Full multiplied by full is full. Don't understand it? You're a fool. In the next section, section 100, Brahman is a self-effulgent reality. Kumbha Muni continued, though the world is experienced from a practical point of view, it does not exist from the absolute point of view. We talk about reality in three stages: Vyavaharika Satta, Pratibhasik Satta, Paramarthik Satta. Vyavaharik, practical reality. Pratibhasik, apparent reality. Paramarthik, absolute reality. Practical reality, you are going after worldly values, eat, drink, be merry. But this practical reality begins to be viewed by you as only apparent reality as you advance. And the apparent reality fades away. There is nothing but absolute reality. When you know mirage is not real water, then the water that you were running after, thinking it was real, all the time we're looking at it, it's shimmering. It's water. In that stage, you are after Vyavaharik reality. You come to realize it is mirage. Now it becomes apparent reality. Then come to develop a vision of there's no need to move towards mirage. That you have already fulfilled within yourself without going after mirage. You are full. That's called Paramarthik reality, absolute reality. Whatever arises out of a cause becomes in turn a cause for another effect. Causation is being described. How many causes are there? You find a cause, and soon your mind says, this is not the real cause, because every cause is there, because behind it. Think of your heritage. What's your cause? Your parents. What's the cause of your father? His father. What's the cause of his father? His father. I'm just giving you extension to think about. There is no end of cause. The world arising out of Brahman must be of the nature of Brahman. If ultimately you come to understand the absolute cause is Brahman, then all that arises out of Brahman, firstly, nothing arises out of Brahman. But led by your mind, there is the illusion of Brahman expressing itself, Brahman, the absolute, expressing itself in the world of multiplicity. In reality, nothing is arising out of the absolute. Brahman cannot arise out of Brahman. The concept of causation is faulty and illusory. O king, a momentary loss of one's identity as the self has given rise to this chitta, which has dreamed of this long lingering world process. All these very profound teachings. And the profound teaching is, Your experience of this entire world process, all that you think when the world was, how the world is beginningless, endless, the entire extension of the world is only a momentary deviation of Brahman. That again is allegorical statement. A momentary deviation from Brahman that has resulted in all the millions and trillions of people from age to age, and all their stories vast. Even modern technology does that. You can get trillions of informations into a little mechanical device. The momentary deviation from Brahman results in the world process. But first it results in the form of chitta. The entire world process is experienced through the vrittis of the chitta, thought waves of your chitta. When you attain enlightenment, the chitta dissolves. And what happens? There is only chit, pure awareness. Just like dream arises, just a momentary deviation from your practical identity. The entire dream arises in one moment. It's a momentary deviation. Waking up is also as a momentary movement. When the self is discovered through the purified mind, the world process ceases to exist. When a person with uplifted arms continues to declare that he is a Shudra, can he be considered a Brahmin? In brief, you have certain things you doubt if it is so subtle. But the mortality of the world is not subtle. It is shouting every day. Everything shines up. But how long? There is always a limit. And that you see it by your open eyes. And yet, it doesn't enter the mind to promote your vichar. What is then substantial? If all this is transient, what is then substantial? Who am I? In the same way, the world continues to declare its illusoriness. How then can it be considered real? When a patient continues to shout, "I am dead," he is surely on the verge of death. In the same way, the world continues to assert its transience. It cannot be real. When a person knows a mirage to be what it is, the appearance of the mirage does not delude him anymore. So when you know the world to be transient, it shouldn't be surprising to your mind when things come and things go. It won't be surprising to your mind that every situation will pass on, which has good news and bad news. what I'm relating to. Good news. For a spiritual aspirant, one must always focus on not the negative, but the positive. If you are facing negative challenges, they will pass on. Recite the mantra, even this will pass away. And be steady, firm, and rooted in your faith. And you will be surprised how things do pass away. In the world of relative values, good and what seems positive, what seems negative, both pass away. But in relation to divine values, they don't pass away. Their passing away is moving towards culmination. A tree is giving a blossom, fruit. Every stage of the tree passes away. Even the flower passes away. But passes away which way? It's paving the way for fruit. So, positive in you, spiritually positive value will never really pass away. It's becoming more and more fulfilled, more and more perfected. Therefore, we always describe the gods and asuras. Gods are immortal, but asuras have mortality. Asuras, demons, no matter how powerful they may be, one day they will pass away. Gods, no matter how much deluded they may be, but they will always win. When a person knows a mirage to be what it is, the appearance of the mirage does not delude him anymore. In the same way, when the chitta is recognized to be like a mirage or a scintillating sand dune of illusory desires, it becomes devoid of its importance and significance. This is the state of profound development of Paravairagya. Paravairagya is movement from Bhava Pratyaya to Pratyaya Bhava. Bhava Pratyaya, when you are aware of the triad, when you are holding on, when the screen is holding on to the drama, and the screen seems to disappear, drama seems to be the reality. That's Bhava Pratyaya. All that is you are experiencing is Bhava Pratyaya, projections. But while the projections you are experiencing, the screen is never gone away. It's the underlying reality. Now, in a higher level of sensitivity, you develop Paravairagya. When will I be the screen, not this trapped in projections? When that type of aspiration enters, that's called mumukshutva, burning aspiration for God realization. And that aspiration, again, is promoted progressively, little by little. As sadhana continues, you develop subtle sensitivity, not to be too disturbed by the worldly events. not to be too disturbed, not to be shaken by your changes that occur in your body, in your mind, in your intellect, in your ego, because the real I am is unchanging, immutable, Brahman. Nothing exists in the three worlds. This is the broad reality, the truth that is blowing its conch. None is born, none is subject to death. The perceptions of birth and death, existence and non-existence, are nothing but waves in the ocean of consciousness. Wave goodbye to all the waves and be the ocean, rid of fleeting emotion, rid of all commotion. When Brahman is realized, one rises beyond duality and non-duality. All the problem of what is the absolute? No, it's the duality, Dvaita Vedanta. No, non-duality is Advaita Vedanta. There is a fight goes on between the two. Nothing of the sort. O King, you are like the pure sky. There is no increase or decrease in you. There is no loss or gain for you. You cannot be burned by the fire of miseries. Just as the moon is non-different from its luminous moonlight, in the same way, you are non-different from the universe, which is your mental projection. The universe is the moonlight proceeding from the moon of the self. O King, you are essentially that Brahman. And this is on the basis of this type of wisdom, practice affirmation. And here are these highlights of affirmation. You are that Brahman who is pure, Shuddha, homogeneous, Shashvat, self-effulgent, immutable, unborn, and absolute. These qualities shouldn't stay just verbal. In the beginning, even if you have verbal words, they become a basis for your future sadhana. In other words, they are not wasted. But you are more benefited when you go into deeper meaning of each word. When we say pure, what does it mean? Homogeneous, implying it is Brahman. Just like you mix up salt into water, then taste the water from every side, it's salty. The salt has gone homogeneously melted. Brahman is homogeneously present behind all names and forms. Self-effulgent, you don't need to have a flashlight to see Brahman. You don't need your senses, your mind, your intellect. Brahman is the light of lights. Brahman is immutable. Look at the sky. Clouds come and go. The sky remains unchanging, immutable, untainted. unborn and absolute. Having listened to the illuminating discourse of Kumbha Muni, the king entered into a profound state of silence. This is section 101. Shikhidwaja attains enlightenment. His body became like a statue carved out of a rock. After staying in that state for an hour, the king opened his eyes. At this, Chulala in the form of Kumbha Muni said, "O mighty hero, are you resting in that state which is pure, vast, and self-effulgent? Have you attained the state of liberation which is reached by great yogis?" King Shikhidwaja replied, "O divine being, by your grace I have witnessed the pure state of the self. I have risen beyond the world of relativity, extending up to the plane of cosmic mind." The world of relativity is always described from a blade of grass to the state of Brahma, Hiranyagarbha. The entire cosmos is illusion, nothing but Brahman. From a needle point to the entire dream world. In your dream you are weaving a net with a needle. That needle, as well as your entire scheme, your whole personality, and all that you see in your dream, all is illusion. Good association is indeed glorious. Self-realization is the fruit of associating with the wise. Satsangatve nihisangatvam, nihisangatve nishchalatatvam, nishchalatatve jivan mukti. There is a sequence described. Satsanga leads you to develop detachment. Detachment leads you to be free from delusion. The free of delusion leads you to move away, to remove all obstacles, all the granthis, knots of your heart, karma, kama, avidya. If that happens, now you discover you are Nischala Tattvam. You are absolutely unaffected. You are ever the same. Like the sun, while illuminations go on changing, the sun remains immutable. If you have come to that state, that's called liberation. Kumbha Muni spoke, when the desires for the pleasures of the senses are renounced, the chitta becomes like a white cloth, which can be easily colored by the orange hues of spiritual teachings. This is the pointing to Chitta Shuddhi. The more Chitta Shuddhi, more purity of heart, greater is the receptivity of wisdom, more whiter the cloth, free of dust, etc. Greater its sensitivity to receive coloring. And what coloring you are looking for? It's orange, the Gerua cloth. And that's allegorical way of explaining. When atmosphere is clear, then what do you see? the reddish glow coming out of the sun, spreading all over the sky. The sky with the reddish, lal, gulabi, sunahara, golden color that spreads. That coloring becomes easy to express more and more when the sky is clear. When the sky is not clear, the coloring does not express so beautifully. It simply vanishes. So similarly, with Chitta Shuddhi, the wisdom begins to shine through your heart. In the firmament of your heart, wisdom begins to shine. Today, O King, you have attained the fulfillment of your aspiration, generated in your many past lives. Aspiration for liberation is not one time, one life's effort. You have perfected yourself through many lives. Even Buddha talked about it, how he perfected himself through life after life. In his Jataka tales, just as ripened fruits fall from the tree, in the same way, the impurities of the world process have fallen from the tree of your inner being. When the mind of an aspirant is pure, it receives the instructions of an enlightened sage as easily as a lotus stalk allows itself to be pierced by sharp arrows. Today you have risen beyond all good and evil karmas. All karmas have been consumed by the fire of wisdom. As long as the mind abides in one's heart, so long the world continues to exist. But when the mind is dissolved by realizing the illusory nature of desires, the world is negated and Brahman is realized. And with this, I'm going to conclude for today. Om. 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 Ram, 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 Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Prayer for shower of Karuna, Ras, grace of God over all of you, with the blessings of Shakti, Bhakti and Mukti. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukum Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyama Mrita. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat.